Random event?
No end. You have no skill, only desperation. Now's better than later. All right, all right. Ready! It's a massacre, and no one's getting out alive. Here's no trouble. At you!
A bit more dying, please.
Got it. Right ahead.
Oops.
Right ahead. Push them back! Someone's gonna fall and it sure won't be me!
Okay. That was really random. I've been to this
Got it.
place before. Like, it's not the first time I go up and down the map. And
Now's better than
usually
later.
it's empty.
I'll
But
get on
hey, I don't mind the extra XP. It's all good.
Can
It's
I get
easy.
you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Let's get the traps. It's also XP points. You gotta take what they give you, you know. What about this one? Looks kind of suspicious. I think that's the one I walked into. Okay. Alright. Is there anything else here? Or is that it? Money. Alright. Rubble blocked. Oh, this thing. Yeah. The exit must be up there. Alright, let me just double check here. Darkspawn
Alright,
leader.
Got it.
And don't forget the plants. If you don't need them, like I rarely use the herbalism in this game, so... But if you need them, you know, you can always sell them or something. It's always money. What the?
I fell.
No, really? You're very observant. Are you alright?
For a moment there, I thought I thought it was all over.
Thought what was over?
Everything. I will explain everything when we are back at camp. Now is not the time.
Okay. I've been to this area many, many times. Like, there's nobody there usually. Now there's an ambush. Alright. Oh, there she is. Just gonna look around first. I think there's nothing in here though.
All right, all right.
Key required. Yeah. Alright, let's do this.
And so you return. Lovely Morrigan has at last found someone willing to dance to her tune. Such enchanting music she plays, wouldn't you say?
I should dance to your tune instead.
Why dance at all? Why not sing? What has Morrigan told you? What little plan has she hatched this time?
She knows how you extend your unnatural lifespan.
That she does. The question is, do you? Ah, but it is an old, old story. One that Flemeth has heard before, and even told. Let us skip right to the ending, shall we? Do you slay the old wretch as Morrigan bids, or does the tale take a different turn?
The thing is, like, I don't trust Morrigan, really. That's the thing. So I just want the truth.
The truth, she says, as if it were nothing. No, no. Far better the lie. Far better the comfort of blankets and shadows and a mother's love. Morrigan wishes my grimoire? Take it as a trophy. Tell her I am slain.
You think she will believe that?
We believe what we want to believe. It's all we ever do.
And what happens to you?
I go. Perhaps I surprise Morrigan one day. Or I may simply watch. It would be interesting to see what she does with her freedom. Enlightening, even. Would you give an old woman that?
What do I get out of it?
You get to keep her for a time.
No.
Shame. What will it be then?
I don't know, like number 2. It's okay. So what though? Alright, number 1, I guess. Now you die.
It is a dance poor Flemeth knows well. Let us see if she remembers the steps. Come, she will earn what she takes. I'd have it no other way.
Oh shit. Oh crap.
Is it time to kill something?
Oh crap, I missed it. Okay. Oh, that's not good. Oh, it didn't. Usually it saves like before the fight or something. It didn't do that. Wow, she's really strong. Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't have the ability, I think, to fight that. Maybe I should do this later. I don't know. Can try again.
And so you return. Lovely Morrigan has at last found someone willing to... Aw. You think you're the first to come, full of righteousness. It is a damn... Come.
Come on. That was like... that was the worst.
And so, lovely Morrigan has at last... Aw. You think you're the first to come, full... It... Come.
Ouch. Stunned.
Defend yourself! I'll try to be merciful! Back! Let's see what you're made of!
I shall do so.
Can I get you a ladder? Get off your back. Make a breath!
Oh shit.
Let's have at
Crap.
I'll try to be merciful!
Yes.
Oh, come on.
Good to go!
I'm here.
I never liked this part. Is it time to kill something? Push them back! Defend yourself!
Where now? My magic will...
Crap.
I shall do so.
Ooh, that was close.
I wondered! Got it. I can't go on like this! I'm healing soon! Ah!
Uh-oh. That's gonna be interesting.
Now we go into battle. Nothing but glorious.
Wow. That was something. Whew. Flemeth's key. Yeah, that was really tough. Like, you have to really keep up with the healing, or I guess I could spread the healing potions between them, but I'm still not very good at clicking between the characters, like at such a fast pace. So I'm not sure that would have helped much. Keep your mage alive, that's the advice I give, and just keep healing often. Where is that key? There we go. Okay. There's another grimoire here. Okay. That's all. Expected a little bit more from that place. Let's look around. It seems like there's like a second floor or something, but there's no way to like enter it, right? Back to the camp.
I think I owe you an explanation for what happened earlier.
Yeah, you had me quite worried.
You should know that something happened to me at the tower before you came along. Remember my apprentice, Petra? She encountered a demon in the tower. It would have killed her had I not intervened. I saved her life that day, but I did not survive that encounter with the demon.
But you're standing right here.
Let me explain fully. I engaged a very powerful demon to rescue Petra. It sapped me of all my energy and will and left me drained. It took everything I had to defeat it. And when I was done, I no longer had the strength to keep my heart beating. I remember my life ebbing away. Everything receded from me. Sound, light. I remember being enveloped in complete, impenetrable darkness. And then I sensed a presence enfolding me and cradling me, whispering quietly to me. The sensation is impossible to describe. I was being held back, firmly but gently, as a mother would a child, eager to slip from her grasp. I felt life and warmth flowing through my veins again. I began to be aware of small sounds and the discomfort of my hip pressing into the cold stone of the tower floor.
This is an amazing story. So you were never really completely dead then?
The Fade contains spirits both benevolent and malicious. The benevolent spirits seldom make themselves known, because they want nothing from mortals, unlike the demons. It was one of these spirits that saved me. Without it, I would be dead. And it has not left me. It is with me, even now, bonded to me. You see, I am supposed to be dead. It is the spirit that is keeping me in this world. And this is not the way of things. Perhaps the spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening gradually. I am living on borrowed time.
So you're going to die soon, no surprise there. Then let's make the best of that time.
Yes, that we will.
Okay. Alright, Morgan, you're next.
I await your command.
What, nothing? Like, that's bizarre.
So, full of questions, are you?
Flemeth is dead, what now?
Now I have time to find some way to prevent Flemeth from stealing my body in the future, even without her grimoire. For she will be back. One day, I have no doubt of that. And if I cannot protect myself, one day I will track her down again in whatever body she inhabits, and she will die again and again if need be. But there is no need to think of such things now. I have you to thank for saving me, so let us return to the task of dealing with the Darkspawn, no?
You know you can always rely on me, right?
Too much could happen in days to come to make such promises. Yet I am grateful. Let us go. There is much to be done before... There is still much to be done.
Okay. I gotta give her that book though. So let's try that. Morgan.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
Let's go here since it's near. Again.
I will not stand idly by while outsiders steal from the Dalish. I care not about the Keeper's orders. You will pay for your transgressions.
Okay.
Attack!
Right ahead. Right ahead.
You will learn to fear me.
Die already! Let's grab some glory!
I love how desperate you are. You're pathetic.
Oh, that's not going well.
So be it.
Back.
All right.
Ha-ha!
I shall do it.
That's right. What did I
Begin the onslaught. Cross me and you shall pay.
Well, that was unexpectedly difficult. What's with the enemies suddenly? Like, I'm so weak. Struggle against everybody.
Get off my back.
Alright, get the traps. It's always XP points. It's always good. There's a lot of them here.
I shall. Trap right ahead.
Achievement unlocked. There
On
we
my
go.
way.
Okay, anyway. So, Morrigan, you can get the book, I think. Where is it? There it is.
Mother's real grimoire, is it? I am glad you were able to find it after all. My thanks for retrieving it. I shall begin studying it immediately and unlock the power that it holds.
Okay. Where's the exit? There's 2 chests here. Good sword. But two-handed. Okay, just one moment. Danish camp. Can't go here though. Okay, there's one place I want to check out before I proceed. Oh, it's still... This is the beginning. Oh my god, come on.
All right.
It's not too far at least. That's the only positive here. I might have done it, although I'm not exactly sure. Okay, up. Is it this way? Yes. Who the hell is that?
You are not welcome here.
I am here on behalf of the Mages Collective.
Doing the Templars' dirty work for them, eh? Templars or mages, it means nothing to us. There is dark power here, and you won't stand in our way.
Okay.
Ooh, I think a boulder dropped on me there.
Okay, I actually kind of screwed up something. That's gonna be difficult to fix. Okay. Alright, let's try this, but this is gonna be tough, I think. Where is she going?
Another battle, I see.
There you go.
Here comes trouble! Now let's make this quick!
Another battle, I see. I shall do.
Yes? I'll get you a ladder so you can get off my back.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Make a preserve! Got it.
Okay, done with you.
Oh, that was not too bad.
I'll get on it. All right, all right.
Quest updated. What quest? Oh. Right. So there should be 2 more, huh? Okay. Okay, I think the first one is down here. But the other one is the other direction. Anyway, let's try this one first. Can I pass here? Oh, yeah. What is this? Oh, there it is. Must be this one.
Why can't the dead stay in the ground where they belong? I tried to be merciful! Yes, too easy!
You need help?
You'll get no mercy from me!
Very well.
An order! Let's end this!
I see.
Let us end this! Come and get it! Take them out! Finished.
He drops like very good armor. Well, okay, this is gloves, but yeah, you can sell the armor. Okay. So that's number 3, right? Should be 1 more. Okay, let's have a look here. I think that was the one, though. Yeah. That's it. So there's only one more I'm aware of. Okay, so the last one, you have to go back. It still sucks though with Morgan. She's not a great healer as Wynne. If only she had the mass heal, that would be so much better. But I don't think she has it. No. Alright, off you go. Okay, so the last tombstone is just up here, actually. Alright, this one's probably gonna kick my ass.
Another battle, I see. I am ready.
I know how desperate you are.
Oops. Oh, come on.
I see.
They won't know what hit them.
If only I had Wynne, that would not have happened this way. Quest completed. Alright. Cool. This is a dead end, I think, isn't it? Yep. Shit. Just gonna go to the camp for a moment. Want to see if I can do something here or not. Oh, there's nobody to talk to. Messenger.
I have been charged by the Keeper to seek out other Dalish clans in Ferelden, so we may spread the word about the Blight.
You don't know for sure where they are?
The clans wander where they will, and we have no way of communicating with each other. Once every 10 years, the clans come together for a gathering called Arlathven. And there, the site for the next gathering is chosen. But until that day, we meet only in chance passing.
That doesn't sound very efficient.
No, but should the Shemlen ever decide to wipe us out, they will at least not learn the location of our clans from each other.
What are the chances of fighting others?
We passed another clan several months ago, so I have a notion of where they might be now. Perhaps they have seen others. We shall see.
How will the Dalish raise an army that way?
We do not have an army. A single clan, however, is a deadly force. If we can provide the Grey Wardens with even a handful of clans, you will want for no army.
Okay.
Dareth Shiral, fare you well.
And he disappears.
I understand we will be joining you in battle as soon as the hunters have recovered. I look forward to it.
I'm wondering, Morrigan, do you believe in the Maker?
Certainly not. I've no primitive fear of the moon, such...
Okay, gonna go to the camp first. Unless there's another way to change characters, but I'm not aware of any. Okay, let me just go talk to Morgan quickly.
It's a curious thing. I do not know how else to describe it.
Something wrong?
No, nothing is wrong. It is a little embarrassing to admit, in fact. I am reminded of our first meeting in the wilds. I had been in animal form for some time, watching your progress. I was intrigued to see such a formidable woman, obviously more potent than the men she traveled with. Yet I resented it when Flemeth assigned me to travel with you. I assumed that, at best, you would drive me from your company as soon as we left the wilds.
And why would I do that?
I am aware that I have little talent for forming friendships, to put it lightly. It is something I know nothing of, nor ever thought I needed. Yet when I discovered Flemeth's plans, you did not abandon me. Whatever your reasons, you fought what must have been a terrible battle without hope of real reward.
It was not such a terrible battle, trust me. It was, actually. She kicked my butt. I did it because I'm your friend.
And that is what I do not understand. Of all the things I could have imagined would have resulted when Flemeth told me to go with you, the very last would have been that I would find in you a friend, perhaps even a sister. I want you to know that while I may not always prove worthy of your friendship, I will always value it. But enough of such idle talk. There are more useful things to be done, surely.
Okie dokie.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
Okay. What is this? Oh, ruins. Let's go to Redcliffe. Or did I go here before? Yes. Yep, So Redcliffe it is. Of course.
Twisted creatures! I'll get it. Watch out! You dead. Now's better than later. Push them back!
For the Great One!
I will.
I think we work well together.
Well, that was interesting. But they were very easy. Like, they were much easier than
I'll get on
usual. Just one hit kill
Alright,
almost.
alright.
Which tells me I was supposed to do this earlier. What's with her? She's like confused or something.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? Breaking a sweat already? Ha!
That was interesting. And draining.
I didn't know you could do that. Did you summon the spirit?
I called forth the spirit that sustains me, so that it could lend us aid. I did not realize it would take this much out of me. It seemed a good idea at the time, if a little rash. I think it may have weakened the spirit a little.
You could kill yourself doing this?
Well, that's certainly conceivable. I suppose I shouldn't be using that particular trick to entertain children at parties.
I don't want you exerting yourself.
I promise I'll be careful. And thank you. Your concern is touching.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? I'll get on it.
Damn dark spawn.
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
let me guess, you're an idiot.
Yes, that's right. I stopped you to tell you that I'm an idiot. Whew! Thank the maker you know already. Now I can stop worrying I'll be found out.
You're cute when you're sarcastic.
I am? That... No, never mind that. I'm not trying to be cute. I'm trying to be serious. Just listen. Well, let's see. How do I tell you this? We're almost at Redcliffe. Did I say how I know Al Eamon exactly?
I hope this isn't something sordid.
No. Why would you think that? Wait, don't answer that. Just let me finish. I'm a bastard. My mother was a serving girl at Redcliffe Castle, and she died when I was born. Al Eamon took me in and raised me before I was sent to the Chantry. The reason he did that was because... well, because my father was King Marek, which made Kaelin my half-brother, I suppose.
Doesn't that make you the heir to the throne?
Maker's breath, I hope not. I don't think so. You don't think so, do you? I'm a bastard. And nobody even knows about me. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
Does Loghain know?
Why wouldn't he? He was King Marek's best friend. I don't know if that means anything, though. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important. Al Eamon eventually married a young woman from Orlais, despite all the problems it caused with the king so soon after the war. He loved her a great deal. Anyway, the new Arlessa resented the rumors which pegged me as the Arl's bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
What an awful thing to do to a child.
Maybe. She felt threatened by my presence. I can see that now. I can't say I blame her. She wondered if the rumors were true herself, I bet. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall. And it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Owl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there and blamed him for everything. And eventually he just stopped coming.
But you are a heir to the throne, right?
Let's hope not. I'm the son of a commoner and a Grey Warden to boot. It was made very clear to me early on that there was no room for me raising any rebellions or such nonsense. And that's fine by me. No, if there's an heir to be found, it's Al Eamon himself. He's not of royal blood, but he is Kaelin's uncle, and more importantly, very popular with the people. Though, if he's really as sick as we've heard... Oh no, I don't want to think about that. I really don't. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
As you command, my prince.
Oh, lovely. I'm going to regret this. Somehow I just know it.
Alright, which way? Let's see here. Oh, this is where I came from.
What do you need?
Nothing. Trying to get the plant. Let's have a look at this armor. Yeah, not bad.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
Is there a problem?
So you don't know? Has nobody out there heard?
There's a civil war going on if you haven't noticed.
We heard news about the king and all the fighting. That was before everything started here. We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying. We've no army to defend us, no Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead, and those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, Arlemon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They are obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan. Though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud? Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Ten Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
You don't believe his lies?
What, that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Cailan risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly. Loghain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. So, you are a Grey Warden as well? Is it possible we've met? You seem very familiar.
You may have known my father.
Ah, yes, that's it, exactly. A pleasure to meet you indeed, though I wish it were under better circumstances. You're here to see my brother? Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
Like what? Like demons or something?
Some call them the Walking Dead. Decomposing corpses, returning to life with a hunger for human flesh. They hit again the next night. Each night they come, with greater numbers. With Cailan dead and Loghain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Loghain without Arleman.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
what the situation with you?
Of course.
Why are you in the chantry with the villagers?
Sir Perth insists. He wants me to be with the villagers, so everyone he needs to protect is in one place. I don't mind, to be honest. The point of all this is to protect the villagers, and I can do that best here. This is the last line of defense, should things go amiss.
Do you need more men in here with you?
We could bring some men in to stand beside me, but I'd rather keep the monsters away from the villagers if possible.
Okay.
Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
So I'm in a chantry? Alright. You can, of course, try to hold if you want in the chantry or whatnot, but it's also kind of a trap, because there's nowhere to
When
go.
are the bad men coming? Soon, darling. Don't worry. Everything will be all right. I want to go home. Where's
Let
Father?
us pray.
Why can't we go?
You are a stranger amongst us, yet you still agree to defend our village in its darkest hour. We are most grateful to you.
I cannot stand by while monsters attack the helpless.
Not many in these modern days would honestly say the same. You are a woman of worth, and the Maker will smile upon you. Allow me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers.
Surely this cannot be the entire village. These few are all who are left.
All those who cannot defend themselves, yes. They are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task?
Good question. How safe is the chantry?
It is the sturdiest building in the village. The women, elderly, and children will stay here during the battle, while the militia and knights protect them. They set up a barricade outside the chantry to keep monsters from getting inside. If anything gets in, Ban Tegan is our only defense. Please, have mercy. Help these people. Do whatever you can.
Okay.
May the Maker watch over you, child.
Father is outside defending
I can guarantee you one thing. Praying is not going to achieve anything at all. You can do it all day long. It's not going to help you. It's just a reality.
Sorry. Am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet.
You're not bothering me.
I shouldn't be such a crybaby. With Mother gone now, I have to be brave. I can't help myself. I'm so frightened. Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time. Everywhere.
How terrible, you poor thing. I wish there was something we could do to help.
And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
I'll look for him.
You will? Thank you so much. Please find him. I'm so scared, Father. What are we going to do?
Silent. You want the children to hear you?
But night is coming.
All right.
Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Last time it didn't go very well, so...
You know, we don't have the men we need. And their numbers just keep growing each night.
Well, sure, they take the dead and they, you know...
I don't want to think about that.
I guess this might... Still no sign of them coming back from the castle, Murdoch.
So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I didn't think they made women Grey Wardens.
Well, they do.
So you say? A damn Kunari could walk up and say he was a Grey Warden. I wouldn't know the difference. We aren't gonna turn aside anyone who wants to help, though. Don't take me for being an ingrate or nothing.
Well, we do want to help however we can. You can trust us.
Name's Murdoch, mayor of what's left of the village, providing we aren't all killed and hauled off to the castle tonight.
I'm Melissa.
Fair enough. What can I do for you?
What can I do to help?
We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate it. If he doesn't help, he'll die like the rest of us. What good will that do anyone then?
Yeah. Indeed. Let's have a look at around the village here. Okay. So, wait a second. Oh yeah, okay. Now I get it. Alright, so this is Caitlin's house. You hear a short, surprised intake of breath and then silence. Hello? Is someone in there?
Go away. This isn't your home.
Young man, come out this instant.
Yes, ma'am. All right. I came out. You won't hurt me. Will you? I'll go back to the Chantry if you really want.
What's your name?
It's Bevan. My sister is Caitlin. She's probably at the Chantry looking for me.
Yep. Are you avoiding her?
No, I just didn't want to be in the Chantry anymore. Everyone's scared, and I want to be brave.
How is hiding in a dresser being brave?
I wasn't always in here. I hid when I heard you coming. Well, I shouldn't tell you. It's a secret.
Persuade? Are you sure? Maybe I could help you.
You could. Alright, I guess. Father said I could have his sword when I grew up. It was Grandfather's. And Grandfather was a great dragon slayer. I thought, if I was brave like Grandfather, I could use his sword and kill the bad people who took Mother.
You're a bit young to fight.
No. Well, maybe the sword was too heavy for me. I guess I'm not as strong as I thought I was.
So where is the sword now?
In the chest. In Mother's room. Father gave me a key, but I'm not supposed to give it to anyone.
I could use that sword to help the village.
I guess you're right. I should help defend the village, shouldn't I? Father would have if he were here. Oh, alright. Here's the key. I hope you use it to kill a lot of those bad people. I should go back to the Chantry. Good luck.
Okay. Alrighty.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
The green blade? What is this? It's not bad, but it's not fantastic either.
Got it.
Can I get you a...
Okay, next. There's a store. How do you get there, though? Up here or something? Door is locked and looks as it has been recently repaired. Knock. Oh, that's a hell of a knock. Pick the lock. I can say hello. It is now hopelessly jammed. Break open the lock.
Wonderful. Intruders. I hope you have a good reason for breaking and entering into my home.
I didn't mean any harm, although I could pick number 1 as well.
Apology accepted. The name's Dwin. Pleased to meet you. Now get out.
What were you doing shut up in here?
Surviving. We have supplies to last for quite some time. And my boys and I can swing a weapon better than any of those fools out there.
You should be out there helping defend the village.
Why? When did this town ever rush to my rescue?
Let's see if they'll come rushing when I attack you. You're a coward.
You look more than competent. With you out there, they don't really need me, do they?
Your chances are better out there than in here.
Thanks. But I'll take my chances in here. Everyone else can run around in the open waiting to die.
Can't I change your mind?
Maybe. Let's hear what you've got.
Number 2 is very interesting. I wonder what that implies. Let's try that. What about a little more personal reward?
It's tempting. But a night with you isn't worth risking my neck for Murdoch and those idiots. That's for sure.
I'll put in a good word with Van Tegan.
You might just be able to pull that off. Fine. I'll throw in with the militia. For now. You better be out there too when the sun goes down. I'm not fighting for a lost cause, you hear me?
Alright. Okay, let's see what they have here. Looks like nothing. There's a chest here, but can't interact with it. Okay, just give me a sec here. let's go with that. I was going to the store actually, and then like this thing popped out of nowhere. Where is the store? Must be this thing.
All right, all right.
Well, there's nobody here, as far as I can see. Lamp oil. That's not great. That means it's flammable. Codex updated. Okay. Okay. What's with this place? Okay. Strange. Oh. Now it crashed. Of course. Yeah, it still has this issue, like coming out of buildings sometimes, and then it just crashes. That's why you have to save pretty often, I'll say. Alright, so just here, I have to do this thing again.
I'll do it.
Okay, let's try to exit.
All right, all
Okay. Should I go back to the chantry?
Stop fidgeting.
I don't like being out here, Gwyn. A lie.
I'll get on it.
Bevan said you were the one who found him. I can't possibly repay you.
Well, you can. I'm kidding. About the sword I found in your home.
Bevan told me about Grandfather's sword. So you have it then? I suppose it won't go to waste, at least.
I'll return it after the battle. It belongs to your family.
Use it well. If we survive, I'll gladly take it back. Thank you again for Bevan. With my mother gone, well, I'm just glad he's safe. I can't thank you enough.
Just stay safe, both of you.
The Maker sent you. I just know it. Thank you again.
Okay. Just tick that off the list. Okay, let's deal with the smithy next. So where's the entrance? That was slightly disturbing with that laughter. Okay. Well, he's locked.
Go away. Curse you. Leave me in peace. You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left.
I need to speak with you.
Huh? Who is that? What do you want? I've been through enough.
I'd prefer not to speak through a door. Can I come in?
Hmm? All right, all right. Let me undo the locks. All I ask is that you don't make any trouble.
Silver-tongued.
Maker's breath. What is that smell? It's like someone set a brewery on fire.
Somebody's been drinking.
So I let you in. You wanted to talk. Now we're talking. Mind telling me who you are?
Just 1 second. Oops. Wrong app. Okay, so let's go with just Elisa for now. I could tell him I'm a Grey Warden, etc., but you don't want to share too much information sometimes.
Anyhow, my name's Owen, though you might already know that. Care to join me as I get besotted? Or is there something in particular you wanted?
The smithy is closed.
Look around. The militia took everything they could use. I could start up the forge again, but I won't, since Murdoch won't listen to me.
The militia needs your help desperately.
Why should I help Murdoch when he won't help me? Hmm? My girl, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village, or anyone!
So you intend to drink yourself to death?
Why not? It's not like we're going to live past the night anyhow. Or are you going to save us?
I intend to try.
Is that so? Maybe it's the drink talking, but you almost sound like you believe that. Tell you what. If you want me to do repairs for Murdoch and his men, promise me you'll go into the castle and find my daughter.
And what if she's dead?
It would be better than going to my grave wondering.
Fair enough. I'll do my best.
Not good enough. Murdoch said the same damn thing, and I didn't believe him either. I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can.
I promise.
We will do our best. Please believe us, friend.
I'll accept that. It's something to hope for, at least. Right then. It seems I have some work to do relighting the forge, and I suppose I'll have to find some iron. Maybe at the mill. Murdoch just better send his men here as soon as possible if I'm gonna get to all these repairs and get them done by nightfall. If you need anything done, well, just let me know. I've got a lot to do now, so you'll have to excuse me.
Well, can I sell
I
stuff?
must admit, it feels good to be up and doing something finally. There's no way I'm sobering up before morning, however.
Let's talk business.
Right. I haven't got much, obviously, but I'll do whatever I can for you.
Okay. He doesn't have anything, actually. That's what he should say. Terrible.
I'll get on it.
Well, it looks like Owen's finally doing the repairs we need. The damn fool is falling over a drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough, I say. I'll inform Bantig and the militia is ready to fight. We'll give those bastards a welcome they won't soon forget.
I'd like to talk about Dwin.
Thanks for persuading him to come out here. He's going to be a great help. I just know it.
Okay.
I have a good feeling about tonight.
Alright. Let's move out of here.
It must be a wonderful thing to be able to weave spells.
Wonderful? To you, perhaps. Most do not feel the same way.
Oh, what do they know? They're just jealous. The Maker gives you magic. You must use it. You do it so effortlessly. It's like breathing for you. I wish I had such talent.
But you do. You have your music, your dances. You are more graceful than anyone I've ever met. I think that perhaps the Maker gives us all magic, but of different sorts.
Even Ogren?
Ogren is a dwarf. He doesn't really come from the Maker.
Oh yes, that explains it.
What is this? A world map. Okay, let's go this way first. And down the bridge.
Can I get you a ladder?
Yes? What can I do for you? Very well.
Yeah, a bit of XP will not hurt. Who the hell is this guy, though?
Did you speak often with Caleb?
You're asking me if I have a relationship with my brother, aren't you?
Yes. I wonder what he thought of you.
I don't think he cared much about my existence. I didn't mean anything to him. Anyway, to answer your original question, no. We never spoke. Well, maybe once. Marek and Kaelin had come to Redcliffe to visit the Arl. I was very young then. We were introduced. I believe I said, "Greetings, Your Highness." He said, "Ooh, swords," and ran off to the armory. So, yes, that was the extent of our relationship.
No word from the castle? No.
pool is still as it has been for...
What is that thing? Is that a gift or something? Yes, it is.
Oh, what are you thinking, honestly?
Okay. Maybe Liliana?
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
Days. It is an unnatural stillness, as though there is naught in there but death.
Say no more. The Arl lives, and I will not listen to your inauspicious
It's sort of like coming home again, but with more undead.
I guess I should talk to him first.
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as Ban Tegan is to see you here. I must admit I do not know quite how to address you. Is my lady sufficient?
My lady would be proper.
Very well then, my lady. I am humbly at your service. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. For now my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the urn of sacred ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle, or perhaps I would be dead. Ah well, with the Grey Warden aiding our defense, perhaps all is not lost.
You mentioned something about an urn. I do remember this, like this was a while ago.
When the Isle fell sick, we were at a loss. Nothing worked to cure him, and he just kept getting worse. Finally, our lesser Isolde came up with a plan. The Urn of Sacred Ashes is a legendary artifact said to hold great healing powers. If found, it might save him.
They say the followers of Andraste smuggled her ashes out of Tevinter and hid them in Ferelden. The urn's never been heard of since.
We knights volunteered to seek it out. Few of us have returned. Many are still out there, unaware of what is happening here.
What was the Arl sick with?
We were never certain. He thirsted for water and then grew weaker and weaker. We brought in a mage, but even that did nothing. The Arlessa believed he was cursed and that we needed the power of Andraste herself, or he would surely perish.
So the knights left the castle defenseless?
Not at all. A great number of soldiers remained in Castle Redcliffe. I wonder if they perished there and were transformed into these things. The thought chills my blood.
Why did the Arlessa believe anyone could fight the urn?
The Earl once employed a scholar, Brother Genetivi. He had proof the urn was in Ferelden, or so I was told.
Can no one find the other knights and bring them back?
Eventually, perhaps. The ones I have here were those near enough to recall within the last few days. I only returned myself because I was passing by Redcliffe and heard the news of strange attacks.
Okay.
As you wish.
Anything I can do to help?
We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand against the monsters without assistance. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be, all things considered.
I'll see what I can do.
That gladdens my heart to hear it.
Anything else you need?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are.
Okay.
As you wish, my lady. Make her watch over you.
Now's better than later.
What, that's it? I expected a bigger level here.
All right, all right.
Okay, so back to the chantry, I suppose.
What is it you need, child?
Sir Perth needs holy protection for the knights.
I have done all I can for them. I pray for them each night and seek the Maker's forgiveness for their sins before they face their deaths. What Sir Perth seeks is something that is not in my power to give.
What do you mean?
Sir Perth believes that I can protect them against these creatures, a shield only the Maker can provide, and that I withhold this power.
Well, can't you just tell him the Maker will watch over him? Morale is a powerful thing, you know.
You mean you want me to let them think the Maker protects them in a real sense? I will not lie to them like that.
But if they think it helps them...
I suppose their belief in the Maker's power could inspire them, but it just seems like trickery. Very well. If it keeps them alive, I will do what I must. I have a number of silver-cast holy symbols. Tell Sir Perth that he can have them, and that wearing them will confer the Maker's protection. Now please, let me tend to these poor folk. I must do what I can, and I suggest you do the same.
Quest updated, so obviously it's not done yet. Okay, alright. Yeah, placebo, but isn't that what church is anyway? I mean, it's just a giant placebo. It's kind of funny that she's against doing what she usually does. Alright, so back to the knights.
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal.
Alright, so the holy protection.
Have you spoken to the revered mother? Has she offered anything?
She has amulets.
Must we do this? The faith that will protect these men must come from their heart, surely.
If they are the same as the symbols worn by their priests, well, that would more than suffice.
You think it would actually help?
Of course I do. These are Maker's symbols. What better protection could we ask for? I will send some men to collect the amulets. Please give my regards to Mother Hannah for seeing some sense at last.
Carry on.
As you wish, my lady. Maker watch over you.
Quest updated. Oh. Alright, so let's go to the other side. What is that? Okay, let's go into the tavern. Bella?
Another doomed soul come to drown their sorrows here, I see. If you came here for a drink, you'll have to talk to Lloyd. He's got a vice grip on the spigots. I'm just here to keep the boys from mutiny.
What do you know about that elf in the corner? I didn't even see the elf in the corner, but okay.
Not much. He's very quiet. Says his name's Beric and he's here to meet his brother, but I think he's lying. He's a bit creepy.
Shouldn't you be at the chantry?
Later on, yes. Lloyd will lock himself in the cellar, and I'll go to the chantry. Are you fighting tonight?
What? I have a choice in the matter? I didn't know that. Don't be ridiculous.
Oh. Well, good luck to you then.
I should go.
Keep safe.
Yeah. Elf in the corner. Which one? Oh, this one. Okay, well, like he was like here. I was looking more ahead.
Not looking for company.
Strange seeing an elf here.
Elves aren't allowed to travel?
I'm just curious.
I'm not here to talk.
There's something about this man's demeanor. I don't know.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But you do, don't you? I know a spy when I see one.
Look, you're very pretty and all, but I was told to... just leave me alone.
I'm not going anywhere. Start talking.
About what? Just because you're a Grey Warden doesn't mean you can go around threatening people.
And how do you know I'm a Grey Warden?
I just, overheard it, that's all. If you'll
Sure.
excuse me, I want to get to the chantry before the sun goes down.
It would be easier if you just tell me what you're hiding. It's a persuade option.
But I never... Oh, all right, I'll tell you. Just don't hurt me. This is more than I bargained for. Look, they just paid me to watch the castle and send word if anything should change. But they never said anything about monsters. I haven't even been able to report anything since this started. I'm stuck, same as you, I swear.
Who hired you to do this?
A tall fellow. I forget his name. He, said he was working for Hal. Arl Rendon Hal. He's an important man, Terran Logain's right hand. So I didn't do anything wrong.
What are you supposed to watch the castle for?
Just to report any changes, honest. All I could send word about was the Arl getting sick. After that, monsters started coming from the castle.
So you know how this happened? Tell me now.
I don't know anything about these creatures. When the Arl got sick, I got scared that people would think I was involved. But I swear I don't know anything about it. They sent me to watch. Maybe they knew the Arl would get sick. I don't know.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
Here, this is a letter from them. It has instructions and everything. Keep it. Do whatever you want with it. I just thought I was serving the king and making a bit of coin on the side. You have to believe me.
I do believe you, and then you can kill him. I think you should help defend Redcliffe tonight.
Oh, all right. I'll do it. Thank you for your mercy. I won't forget it.
Yeah, not sure that's the right thing to do, but... Okay.
Hello there, friend. Can't say we've ever met before. Stranger to the village, I take it. Haven't had many travelers lately. All this nonsense is bad for business. Bet you regret coming, yes?
My timing couldn't be worse.
A shame, isn't it? Evil creatures and such. Everyone going to perish before sunrise. Ah, makes you thirsty, doesn't it? So, what'll it be? You are here to drink, I hope.
Let's see what you have.
Right, I've got some supplies too, in case you're interested. With the store closed down, it doesn't hurt to pick up some of the slack, eh?
Alright. Okay. I'm a little bit confused because I thought I was supposed to go to kind of right and left side, but strange, did I miss something here? Maybe... Okay. Where can I go up though? Here? There should be some kind of... Oh, I see. Okay, now I think I get it. Here, right? Path to the castle. Yep, that's where I want to be.
Greetings, miss. No monster sightings yet. There's still time before sundown, though.
Alright, let's go to the castle. I'm curious about those monsters. Oh, it's just closed? Well, there's the switch, I suppose. Can't reach it, though. Oh, that's weird. I thought that was supposed to do something here. Maybe not. I think I prepared for the battle, so it should be okay to just fight or something.
Mother Hannah's amulets have greatly bolstered my men's confidence. You couldn't have armed us with any better than our faith in the Maker.
What's your status?
I distributed Mother Hannah's amulets to the other knights. It is encouraging to think the Maker watches over us in our hour of need. Overall, my fellow knights are nervous about the coming battle. Death is almost certain, but we will fight and die valiantly if that's what the Maker demands.
Is there anything else you need?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are.
I already did. Carry on.
As you wish, my lady. Maker watch over you.
Okay, let's just do this.
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal.
I'm ready.
There is still time before the sun goes down. If you have not yet spoken to Murdoch, or if there is anything you have planned...
I think I've done everything as far as I know, anyway.
Good luck to you then, and may the Maker watch over us all.
Come on, let's get some fighting done. That's what I'm good at.
They're coming! Get to your positions! Make ready!
Come on, let's just get rid of them. Who are they anyway?
What in horror have I ripped you apart?
Down you go! Okay, come with you now.
Let's see some blood! I tried to be merciful. Let's end this. That's right, come on! You have no skill, only desperation. You should run while you can. This will be fun. No one's getting out
The monsters are attacking from the lake! They're attacking the barricades! We need help!
Stay here and guard the path.
Come on! We need to hurry!
Okay, let's go.
I'm sorry. Am I too quick for you? Let's make this quick.
Now's better than later.
I'm trying to be merciful. In horror, and I rip you apart. It's a massacre, and no one's getting out alive. I thought someone's gonna know it. I'm sure what you mean.
I never liked this part. Bloody fun.
This can't take forever.
I know how desperate you are. You're pathetic.
Dawn arrives, and we survive the night. We are victorious. And though this victory came at great cost, we must remember none of us would be here were it not for the heroism of these good folk beside me. I thank you, dear lady. Truly the Maker smiled on us when he sent you here in our darkest hour.
There's still much to do.
Surely these people deserve some small celebration, don't you think? There is time yet.
Let us bow our heads and give honor to those who gave their lives in defense of Redcliffe.
Murdoch of Redcliffe, Mayor and beloved father, we salute you.
You and so many others who have perished here, walk with he who is your maker. Long may you know the peace of his love.
So let it be.
With the Maker's favor, the blow we delivered today is enough for me to enter the castle and seek out your Arl. Be wary and watch for signs of renewed attack. We shall return with news as soon as we are able. Now we've no time to waste. Meet me at the mill. We can talk further there.
Okay. Oh, they removed the barricades already? Just gonna sell stuff.
Good to see you in one piece. Do you have news of Velena yet?
Not yet.
Well, I'll give it some time. Now's the best time to go into the castle, though, and see for yourself. Remember, a promise is a promise. Right. I haven't got much, obviously, but I'll do whatever I can for you.
I just need to sell my stuff. Don't need to buy anything. Let's see. I'm not even sure why I picked that stuff up, to be honest. It's like really terrible stuff. Alright, that's it. I thought there was more. Oh, dagger. There we go. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, no. Alright. Good enough. You have to be careful here because it crashes sometimes when you exit the building. Okay, where am I? Back to the mill. Okay, let's go there. I kind of wonder, like, okay, so the undead came from the castle. The Arl is in the castle? How does that make sense? I mean, is he like a lich or something? Anyway, it's pretty weird. Some kind of tree here. Where is it? Landmark tree. Must be this one.
Got it.
Odd how quiet the castle looks from here. You would think there was nobody inside at all. But I shouldn't delay things further. I had a plan. To enter the castle after the village was secure. There is a secret passage here, in the mill, accessible only to my family.
Why didn't you mention this before? I could have gone there.
I knew you would choose to enter the castle instead of staying in the village. And we needed warriors. I'm sorry if I... Maker's breath.
Tigan. Thank the Maker, you yet live.
Isolde. You're alive. How did you... What has happened?
I do not have much time to explain. I slipped away from the castle as soon as I saw the battle was over, and I must return quickly. And I need you to return with me, Tigan. Alone.
I don't understand what's going on here. Why would you go back to that castle that has undead? It's just... What's going on here? You don't seem very concerned about what's happened here.
What? Who is this woman, Tigan?
You remember me, Lady Isolde, don't you?
Alistair. Of all the... Why are you here?
They are Grey Wardens, Isolde. I owe them my life.
Pardon me, I would exchange pleasantries, but... Considering the circumstances...
Please, Lady Isolde, we had no idea anyone was even alive within the castle. We must have some answers.
I know you need more of an explanation, but I don't know what is safe to tell. Tigan, there is a terrible evil within the castle. The dead waken and haunt the living. The maid responsible was caught, but still it continues. And I think Connor is going mad. We have survived, but he won't flee the castle. He has seen so much death. You must help him, Tigan. You are his uncle. You could reason with him. I do not know what else to do.
Tell me about this mage.
He is an infiltrator, I think. One of the castle staff. We discovered he was poisoning my husband. That is why Eamon fell ill.
Eamon was poisoned?
He claims an agent of Terran Logains hired him.
Oh, of course.
He may be lying, however. I cannot say.
Is he still alive?
He is. He is being kept alive so far, thank the Maker.
Kept alive? Kept alive by what?
Something the mage unleashed. So far it allows Eamon, Connor, and myself to live. The others were not so fortunate. It killed so many, and turned their bodies into walking nightmares. Once it was done with the castle, it struck the village. It wants us to live, but I do not know why. It allowed me to come for you, Tegan, because I begged, because I said Connor needed help.
Do you think it could be some kind of demon?
I do not know. Oh, Maker's mercy. Could it truly be a demon? I can't let it hurt my Connor. You must come back with me, Tegan. Please.
Why must he go alone?
For Connor's sake. I promised I would return quickly and only with Tegan. Tegan, I know you could order your men to follow me when I return to the castle. I beg you not to. For Connor's sake.
Okay, that sounds like such an obvious trap, ambush, whatever you want to call it. Why do I get the feeling you aren't telling us everything?
I beg your pardon? That's a rather impertinent accusation.
Not if it's true.
An evil I cannot fathom holds my son and the husband hostage. I came for help. What more do you want from me? Tegan, I do not have much time. What if it thinks I'm betraying it? It could kill Connor. Please come back with me. Must I beg?
Alright, we need to decide what to do.
The king is dead, and we need my brother now more than ever. I will return to the castle with you, Isolde.
What? No way.
Thank the Maker. Bless you, Tegan. Bless you.
This is a mistake. You're gonna get yourself killed. Exactly.
I cannot let Isolde return alone. Perhaps I can help Connor or Eamon. Perhaps this is really a trap, but this is my family. I must try. I have no illusions of dealing with this evil alone. You, on the other hand, have proven quite formidable. Isolde, can you excuse us for a moment? We must confer in private before I return to the castle with you.
Please do not take too long. I will be by the bridge.
Here's what I propose. I go in with Isolde, and you enter the castle using the secret passage. My signet ring unlocks the door. Perhaps I will distract whatever evil is inside and increase your chances of getting in unnoticed. What do you say?
I can't let you do this. It's insane.
What choice do either of us have? If your business with Eamon is important, you're going to have to go inside to find him.
He's right. Without Arl Eamon, we'll never get the support we need.
Sir Perth and his men can watch for danger at the castle entrance. If you can open the gates from within, they can move in and help you. I don't think there's anyone else who can help you. If you choose not to go, then it's up to me to do what I can. Here is my signet ring. It will open the lock on the door in the mill. Whatever you do, Eamon is the priority here. If you have to, just get him out of there. Isolde, me, and anyone else, we are expendable.
Okay. I could stop you from doing this, you know.
So you could, but what would be the point? Do you really want to endanger my little nephew, and especially my brother? I don't.
So we are just going to send him with that woman? It seems so dangerous.
But I can delay no longer. Allow me to bid you farewell. And good luck.
That's just weird. Who is this guy?
Move along, friend.
Okay.
Thank you.
And there it is. That was just so random though, like, what the hell? Who's this? Corpse.
I'll get on it.
On your guard!
Is there anyone alive out there? Wait, you don't look like the Arlessa's guards. Are you from outside the castle?
Maybe. Who are you supposed to be?
My name is Jowan. I'm a mage Lady Isolde hired to tutor her son Connor. Until they, threw me into the dungeon here.
What have you done?
You don't know? I thought everyone knew. I poisoned Al Eamon.
I already know that.
I'm not proud of it. The Arlessa had no idea what I was hired to do when she took me in to tutor Connor. I know it looks suspicious, but I'm not responsible for the creatures and the killings in the castle. I was already imprisoned when all that began. At first, Lady Isolde came here with her men, demanding that I reverse what I'd done. I thought she meant my poisoning of the Arl. That's the first I heard about the walking corpses. She thought I'd summoned a demon to torment her family and destroy Redcliffe. She had me tortured. There was nothing I could do or say that would appease her. So they left me to rot.
Why did you poison the Arl?
I was instructed to by Terran Loghain.
Ah, well, of course.
Al Eamon was a threat to Ferelden. That if I dealt with him, Loghain would settle matters with the Circle. You see, I'm a Maleficar. A blood mage.
A blood mage? Well, that isn't good.
Ah, I thought you looked familiar. I had thought you dead, hunted down by the Templars.
I guess you might have been told that. I was in hiding when I was caught. But instead of killing me, Loghain made me an offer. But he's abandoned me here, hasn't he? Everything's fallen apart and I'm responsible. I have to make it right somehow. I have to.
Why are you so eager to make things right?
I'm not allowed regrets? I've made a stupid mistake at the Circle, and now I've made an even greater one. I'm not a bad person. There's no reason for you to believe me, but I'm not. I have to make up for what I've done. I have to try.
Why is the Arl a threat?
He only said that Al Eamon was dangerous to the nation. Why wouldn't I believe Terran Loghain?
Because you shouldn't believe things at face value? I mean, it's like just common sense. Why did the Arlessa need a mage to tutor her son?
Connor had started to show signs. Lady Isolde was terrified the Circle of Magi would take him away for training.
Connor? A mage? I can't believe it.
She sought an apostate, a mage outside the Circle, to teach her son in secret so he could learn to hide his talent. Her husband had no idea.
How much magic did you teach exactly?
Some, but he's still very young. He can barely cast a minor spell, never mind something more powerful. At least not intentionally. I have thought about it, and it's possible Connor could have inadvertently done something to tear open the veil. With the veil to the Fade torn, spirits and demons could infiltrate the castle. Powerful ones could kill and create those walking corpses.
I understand.
I never meant for it to end like this. I swear. Let me help you fix this.
He wishes to redeem himself. Doesn't everyone deserve that chance?
Jowan has good intentions, but a blood mage? I find it difficult to trust his words.
Same.
I don't know. He is a blood mage. But this is an unusual situation.
Give me a chance, please.
I don't know, so I'm just gonna leave him in the cell, I guess.
Then I will wait. If you change your mind, I will be here.
Yeah. That's fine. Wow, it's really tiny in there.
I'll get on it.
I can't even see. Is there anything in there? Probably not. Okay. Alright, who's that? Is it like dead people or what? Yeah, it is, right? Oh, it's annoying with all these walls here. You have to keep rotating the map.
Now's better than later.
Main floor. Let's go. More corpses? Oh, shade. This is a corpse, yes. Okay. Yep. More shades. Oh, corpses.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Please. Ooh, goodies.
I'll get on it.
That must be the armory or something. Yeah. Kind of crappy things though, but you can sell them.
All right, all right. Yeah, like... Oh. Alright, yeah, let's get rid of them. Now's better than later. I love how desperate you are. You're pathetic. And if the light is crossed.
Okay, done with you now. And that's it.
Book. Alright. It's just a codex entry. Come on, I know you're in there.
Why can't the dead stay on the ground where they belong? Watch out! Ah, that's you! Just call me the Reaper!
more of them. Just gonna check I don't miss anything. Okay. I hear a dog barking, but there's no dogs in here, are there?
Alright, alright.
Try not to look too incompetent. It's embarrassing.
Let's have at it!
Defend yourself. You forced our hand. Is that all you've got? Battle it is then.
It's a good day to die.
I'll try to be merciful.
Just, yeah, give me money. That's not a lot of money, though. Okay. Shade? Nope.
It is done.
Smack him hard. There's more up there. Oh, those are dogs. They must be possessed or something. Alright, let's do this.
You forced our hand. You're gonna You'll get no mercy. Be careful! I love how desperate you are. You're pathetic. That's right.
You should run while you can.
Oops.
Enough.
Corpse. Okay. Oh, that's it? Health potion. Nice. Nice. Oh! Trap. Don't! Oh, you moron. Win! Come on, man. Oh, armoire. Armoire. Interesting. Somebody in there. Oh, Valena.
Please, don't hurt me.
stupid girl, get out of my way. Calm down, I'm not gonna hurt you.
I'm sorry. I'm so frightened. These monsters are everywhere. My name's Valena. The Arlessa's maid. Is she all right? What happened to everyone?
The Smith's daughter, I know that.
You know my father. I want to go back to the village. Is there a way out of here?
There is a tunnel leading out of this dungeon, or you should stay here for now. That's a strange suggestion. Okay.
But the monsters!
I've killed most of them, but I don't know if I killed all of them. That's the thing. Well, I've killed most of them.
I'll find my way. I can run fast and I know the castle. Thank you.
Okay. Run, bitch, run! Main hall. Let's go to the side hall first. Can't I open this door?
All right.
Key required. Okay. Corpses.
Looks like something wants to die again.
Got it.
There's one more guy here. Okay, it's just money. Where's the key?
I'll get on it.
Basement cellar. Didn't I just come from the basement though? But okay, I don't have a key, so let's see here. Courtyard. Okay. Let's go to the basement then.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
There's nothing here. Pile of junk. Courtyard. Okay. Yes, I'd like to go to the courtyard. And there we go. What the?
Got it.
Alright, let's explore first. I think this is just the inside though, yeah. So I could open this lever, but if I let them in and then they die because they're weak, that wouldn't be great, would it? Maybe I should just do it on my own. I think I can do this. Or I should let them in. Alright, let's let them in then.
You have opened the gates. That is good. My men and I are eager to see our Arl again. Shall we enter the main hall together? It must be held if we are to regain control of the castle.
I would prefer to go alone, because these guys will just get killed, man.
As you wish. We will hold the gate and watch for anyone attempting to leave. Let me know if the situation changes.
Yeah. Oh, there's something back here. Nothing. Okay. I can do this. I don't need their help. But if I need their help, they're there. I know where they are. Oh. What is going on in this place?
So these are our visitors? The ones you told me about, Mother?
Yes, Connor.
And this is the one who defeated my soldiers? The ones I sent to reclaim my village?
Yes.
And now it's staring at me. What is it, Mother? I can't see it well enough.
This is a woman, Connor. Just as I am.
You lie! This woman is nothing at all like you. Why, just look at her. Half your age, and pretty too. I'm surprised you don't order her executed in a fit of jealousy.
Connor, I beg you. Don't hurt anyone.
Mother? What's happening? Where am I?
Oh, thank the Maker. Connor, can you hear me?
Get away from me, fool woman! You are beginning to bore me.
Grey Warden, please don't hurt my son. He is not responsible for what he does.
What did you do to Tegan?
Here I am. Here am I.
I like him better this way. No more yelling. Now he amuses me.
Connor didn't mean to do this. It was that mage, the one who poisoned Demon. He started all this. He summoned this demon. Connor was just trying to help his father.
It was a fair deal. Father is alive, just as I wanted. Now it's my turn to sit on the throne and send out armies to conquer the world. Nobody tells me what to do anymore.
Nobody tells him what to do. Nobody! Ha 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 ha!
Quiet, Uncle! I warned you what would happen if you kept shouting, didn't I? Yes, I did. But let's keep things civil. This woman will have the audience she seeks. Tell us, woman, what have you come here for?
I need to see the Arl.
So you're a concerned well-wisher. Why didn't you say that in the first place? All this sneaking around and killing is so unnecessary. But Father is so very ill. We really shouldn't disturb him. Isn't that right, Mother?
I don't think...
Of course you don't! Ever since you sent the knights away, you do nothing but deprive me of my fun. Frankly, it's getting dull. I crave excitement and action. This woman spoiled my sport by saving that stupid village. And now, she'll repay me.
Come on, punk.
Tegan. Oh, Tegan. Are you all right?
I am better now, I think. My mind is my own again.
Blessed Andraste. I would never have forgiven myself had you died. Not after I brought you here. What a fool I am.
Yes.
Connor's not responsible for this. There must be some way we can save him.
You knew about this all along.
Yes. I didn't tell you because I believed we could help him. I still do.
I do not know if we can save him. Demons do not listen to reason.
He's not always the demon you saw. Connor is still inside him, and sometimes he breaks through. Please. I just want to protect him.
Isn't that what started this? You hired the mage to teach Connor in secret, to protect him.
If they discovered Connor had magic, then they'd take him away. I thought if he learned just enough to hide it, then...
Okay, so where is he? Where did he run?
I think he ran upstairs, to the family quarters.
Violence scares him. I know that sounds strange. He may have run up to his room, or...
Okay, what are our options here?
I wouldn't normally suggest slaying a child, but he's an abomination. I'm not sure there's any choice.
We can't kill a young boy, demon or no demon. Please don't say we're considering that.
I do not like the idea of hurting the boy, but...
Connor is my nephew. But... he is also possessed by a demon. Death would be... merciful.
No? What about the mage? He could know something of this demon. If he still lives, we could speak to him.
He's still in the dungeon, but alive.
Then we should bring him here immediately. I do not know how much we can trust him. But we must find out what he knows. Tegan, could you find him?
I will try. Though if he resists, I will not hesitate to kill him. I'll return shortly.
You're lucky to be alive, Jown. After all you've done.
I didn't summon any demon, Lady Isolde. But I did poison the Arl, and that started all this. I'm willing to help if you'll let me. The demon in Connor needs to be destroyed. Killing Connor is the easiest way to do that, certainly. But there is another way. A mage could confront the demon in the Fade, without hurting Connor himself.
What do you mean? Is the demon not within Connor?
Not physically. The demon approached Connor in the Fade while he dreamt, and controls him from there. We can use the connection between them to find the demon.
You can enter the Fade, then? And kill the demon without hurting my boy?
No, but I can enable another mage to do so. It normally requires lyrium and several mages. But I have blood magic.
What difference does it make?
Lyrium provides the power for the ritual, but I can take that power from someone's life energy. This ritual requires a lot of it, however. All of it, in fact.
So, someone must die? Someone must be sacrificed?
Yes, and then we send another mage into the Fade. I can't enter because I'm doing the ritual. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. It's not much of an option.
Is there no other way?
The power has to come from somewhere, and that means either lyrium or blood.
Then let it be my blood. I will be the sacrifice.
What? Isolde, are you mad? Eamon would never allow this.
Either someone kills my son to destroy that thing inside him, or I give my life so my son can live. To me, the answer is clear.
Blood magic. How can more evil be of any help here? Two wrongs don't make a right.
Can we even trust this Jowan to do as he promises? Give him access to such power, and who knows what he shall do? I am uneasy.
Connor is blameless in this. He should not have to pay the price.
It's up to you, my friend. You know more about such things than I do, and it's your companion going into the Fade. The decision is yours.
There must be another way to enter the Fade.
You can find lyrium and more mages at the Circle of Magi, if they would even do it.
Well, the circle is not far from here, and they owe me.
Indeed. It should not be difficult to get what is needed, provided we have the time.
But what will happen here? Connor will not remain passive forever.
I will take the chance.
Very well. I will keep Jowan here as a precaution. He says he wants to help, so he will keep an eye on Connor with us. Go to the tower quickly, then. The longer you are away, the greater the chances of disaster.
Okay.
I'll get on it.
Suit of armor. Okay.
All right, all right.
I'll try to be merciful. Defend yourself.
Hey, watch it!
Vault.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Well, come on.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Okay. Where's the vault? Exactly. Maybe it's upstairs. Oh, good, good. Let's go to the tower. Oh, another random event. Why crash the game though? It's just weird.
You should run while you can. I'll try to be merciful. Someone's gonna fall, and it sure won't be me.
Oh, of course. Okay. Right. And there we are, the tower. So who do I talk to?
Welcome back, friend. You'll be glad to learn that the Circle is well on its way to recovery.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so there was a dwarf wishes to study magic.
Ozma, indeed. You have piqued my curiosity. It is common knowledge that dwarves lack the aptitude for spellcraft. She will never be able to weave the simplest magic, no matter how hard she tries.
She... is aware of this, but her interest has not waned.
Fascinating. I suppose the Circle should be flattered.
She's willing to give up caste and clan for this.
I see. If she is willing to sacrifice so much for this, then we should feel honored. Tell Dagna of Orzammar that this path will not be easy. But if she chooses it, then she is welcome here at the Circle. She will live and study with the Tranquil, and perhaps the apprentices, when it is appropriate.
Okay, thanks.
Ah, if only the Circle was in better shape. I fear she may be disappointed when she arrives.
Okay, but it was her choice.
This will be interesting. She could tell us much about our dwarven neighbors. Yes, the more I think about it, the more I like the idea. I shall take this as an indication that perhaps things are starting to look up for the Circle. Thank you.
I must take my leave, which is not really true, but...
I wish you well. Know you will always be welcome here.
Okay, okay.
Welcome back, friend. You'll be glad to learn that the Circle is well on its way.
Let's go to Redcliffe.
The child is possessed. But killing the demon would mean killing the... Unless you intend to enter the Fade. Yes. Yes, it can be done with a group of mages. I shall gather what mages I can, and we shall leave promptly. A life is at stake.
Okie dokie. Oh, there's a cellar here, actually. Get rid of my crap.
You really killed all those abominations? I didn't think it was possible. I thought we'd all die here. I'm sure you need supplies after that, don't you?
Yep. Alright. Just give me a sec. Let me get rid of this stuff here. Cold resistance. Oh, it's a war paint. Okay. I don't need it. Okay. It's not great, but... it will do. Alright. Got a gift for Alistair. Where is it? There it is. Gift.
Oh, this is my mother's amulet. It has to be. But why isn't it broken? Where did you find it?
I actually have no idea, but apparently, yeah, in Redcliffe Castle in the study.
Oh, the Arl study? Then he must have found the amulet after I threw it at the wall. And he repaired it and kept it. I don't understand. Why would he do that?
Maybe he meant to give it back to you?
Maybe he did. He might even have brought it with him one of those times he came to see me at the monastery. Not that I would have given him a chance, as belligerent as I was to him. Thank you. I mean it. I thought I'd lost this to my own stupidity. I'll need to talk to him about this if he recovers from his... when he recovers, that is. I wish I'd had this a long time ago. Did you remember me mentioning it? Wow. Huh. I'm more used to people not really listening when I go on about things.
Sorry, did you say something?
Ho, ho, ho. See this gesture I'm making? Can you hear that?
Okie dokie. Alright. Let's go back. Oh, another random event. Come on. This is not the time.
Concentrate, like we practiced.
Blood mages?
Fire.
Or something? Oh.
What in the fire have I ripped you apart? You have no skill, only desperation. All right.
It's not alright. Come on, I'm tired of these random events, man. Like, it happens too often. Like, and also, like, those were the mages, or it was a different mages or something. It's really weird. Hmm.
Got it.
Alright, that's just weird. Oh, there they are. Okay.
Ah, There you are. We have brought lyrium and begun preparations for the ritual. We can start any time.
I'm not ready yet, just one moment.
Then return when you are ready, but do not tarry.
I just want to save.
We are ready to proceed when you are.
Let's do this.
I'm glad we decided to take this route. This is really the best option.
Very well. Who will go into the Fade?
Morrigan's good. But Win has better healing abilities. So maybe Win?
Then let us begin forthwith.
Let's do this. Let's go.
Is that you, Connor? I can hear you. I'm coming.
Father, where are you?
Is anyone out there? Hello?
I don't understand. It's so cold. I want to go home. Please, Father. I only want to help you.
Arl Eamon?
You there? Have you seen my son? I can hear him, but I cannot find him. This blasted fog has me turning in circles.
Try to get through?
You are in the Fade, my lord. A demon has you trapped.
Demon? Fade? Is my son in danger?
He is. But I will do my best to see that all of us emerge from this unscathed. Trust me, my Earl.
Yes, I trust you. We must help my son. But I can never find him in this fog. You must find Connor. Please, I beg you.
Well,
Blessed
he's
who exists in the sight of the Maker.
somewhere.
Curse this blasted darkness! Why can I see nothing?
Why can't I find you? This place
As you
is
say.
so dark.
Oh, there's Connor.
Who are you? Are you the one that made Father ill? Tell me now.
Can just attack. Alright, let's try to be nice.
Child, calm down. It's all right. I won't hurt you.
No! You're here to hurt Father. I know it. I won't let you.
Okay.
Blast!
What? That was pretty easy actually, but obviously it's not. I finished.
Immediately.
You! You're the one making Father sick! I'll help him! You can't stop me!
I'm not doing anything. Oh, there he is again.
Why do you keep hurting me? Why are you trying to stop me?
Try to communicate.
Listen to me. I am just trying to help.
I will not speak with you! Trespasser! I will drive you out!
of here! You have to get out! I'll stop you! I will! Immediately.
Oh, there he is again.
Father wanders, seeking me, trapped within my web. All is as it should be. Why must you interfere?
Try to reason, I guess.
Because you have taken a child and trapped a good man in this place against his will.
No. It is time for you to go now. Do not persist, or things will go very badly for you.
Saving game, huh? So this must be it. What is going on here? It's like she's halfway down the floor.
Very well. No more illusions.
Hello there.
Now we meet face to face. You see my true form and stand in my domain. It is here I am most powerful.
In the breasts?
And yet I have no wish to engage your power, nor should you be so eager to engage mine. Perhaps we should converse instead?
Sure.
You cannot have me. I have already been taken.
One soul I already possess. I do not need another. You need not fear me on that account. I wish only to talk.
There will be no discourse between us, demon.
Alas, that is sad. Very well then. If you wish a battle, you will have it. Let us see if your power matches your boldness, creature.
Mm-hmm. What the? Okay, that was pretty easy actually.
So it is over. Connor is his old self. He does not seem to remember anything, which is a blessing. I suppose we will need to send him to the Circle of Magi's tower for training, once the war is over. It's so odd to think of the boy as a mage, of all things. Eamon has much to mourn and rebuild should he recover. But at least he can be thankful that both his son and wife are safe.
I owe you my deepest thanks. I can scarcely believe Connor is the boy he once was.
There is still the matter of Jowan. His poisoning Eamon began this whole mess, yet he lives. I must decide what becomes of him. We will hold him for Eamon to decide his fate. If he doesn't recover, Jowan's fate is sealed. What do you think?
Do whatever you want with him.
Very well. I shall have the mage imprisoned again for now. But our task is not done yet. Whatever the demon did to my brother, it seems to have spared his life, but he remains comatose. We cannot wake him.
The urn. The urn of sacred ashes will save Eamon.
The urn is a legend. It might never be found.
That is a possibility. But there is a reason it's still an option. I am not simply grasping at straws.
My husband funded the research of a scholar in Denerim, a brother Genetivi. He has been studying the inscriptions on Andraste's birth rock.
We have to thank...
I sent the knights to speak to Genetivi. I hoped that he had finally discovered the location of the urn of sacred ashes itself. They were unable to locate Genetivi. In desperation, I sent more knights in search of the brother, or some clue of the urn's location.
I will see if I can find it.
No one else can. Even if I wished to do it myself, I cannot abandon Redcliffe to its own devices. Perhaps you could seek out the brother's home in Denerim and see if any clues remain on his whereabouts. It is the only place to begin the search, I think. I must go to the hall and begin rebuilding. I wish you luck, and may the Maker go with you.
Okie dokie. He looks a little improved. Unless someone finds a cure soon, he will likely die a slow and painful death. Yeah, I get it. And I'm on the second floor now. Okay. Oh, there's the brat.
You're the one who saved me.
Oh, it was Win, but yeah.
Then, I guess I owe her thanks. Father always said to remember to thank people who do nice things for you. I hope Father gets better soon. He will, won't he?
We'll see about that. Must be... Oh, there's the vote.
Now's better than later. All right, all right.
Okay.
Got it. All right, all right.
Oops.
Now's better than later. Got it.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Okay, I think that's it. Oh, the suits are back. Even though I defeated them, somebody put them back already. Strange decision, but okay. Okay. Couple of things I need to finish here, and then that will be it for today. Just a few side quests mostly. First one is actually here. Redcliffe Village. Oh, great. Oh, the Chantry's board is back. I was
Now
looking for
better than
that
later.
because since that village in the middle gets destroyed, you can't do the quests anymore. Okay. Sure. Okay. Okay, let's just accept them all. Okay, there's this guy, the smith.
My Valena returned. She told me of your daring rescue. I can't begin to tell you how grateful I am. Take this. A reward for your deed. It's dwarven made and should serve you well.
I was glad to help.
Thank you again. I'm forever in your debt.
Alright.
You're welcome here, friend. What can I do for you? You're always welcome here, friend.
Let me see. Let
Make
me
up
check the
with you.
equipment first.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
Oh, quest completed. Not sure which one that was, but... Oh, that one. Okay. There's something down there.
Now's better than later.
I see something glowing there.
The Mages Collective thanks you. Make us smile upon you.
Okay. Sure. And that's it. Okay. Alright, now I have to get out of here.
Got it.
There's the side quests. Okay, I'm gonna go here. And now it just jumps there and no random events in the middle. Okay.
You're awake. Did you feel it too? It was like the archdemon saw us. Saw us! What does that mean? I think... Wait. Did you hear that?
Enemies.
This'll be fun. I love how desperate you are. Breaking a sweat already.
I guess it's like Duncan once said. We can sense them, and they can sense us. We'd best be more careful from now on. This camp isn't safe any longer.
Okay.
Fortification should be built around the camp.
Can't get a bloody night's rest.
How unnerving.
It will be more difficult to sleep here now.
What, no trap? No ambush? Huh. Some assassins.